Hello, I'm Richard Peña, a professor of film and media studies at Columbia University, and I'm delighted to offer some introductions to films presented at this year's MakingWaves New Romanian Cinema series. This year's program features two films by Bogdan George Apetri, who, besides being a terrific filmmaker, is my colleague at Columbia. While the two films are separate, they do form, to my mind, a kind of diptych, a set of meditations on power and authority, perennial themes in Romanian cinema, yet unidentified, seems to move from the somewhat enigmatic inner world of its police protagonist to the detailing of a deadly, if at first glance, strange murder plot. Tall, gaunt, and with piercing dark eyes, Florin, powerfully played by Bogdan Farkas, appears as a man literally being torn apart into two seemingly opposite directions. Within his police force, he's seen as overambitious, volunteering to take over cases already being covered by his colleague, yet simultaneously, his life is falling apart. His marriage is clearly over, and he owes money everywhere. These contradictions are clearly heading for some kind of explosive collision, and it's a tribute to Apetri's skill as a director that even though we can sense a crisis is impending, when it comes, its nature and intensity are still overwhelming. This is a film that starts at a considerable level of tension, and that tension really doesn't let up, slowly being turned up as Florin's plans begin to take shape. Unidentified is a terrific film, if not always an easy one to watch. It's an invitation to enter into a dark world, a world that makes your own world seem a little bit more mysterious at the end. Plus, there's a wonderful joke about Picasso. Enjoy.
Oprești orice investigație din clipa asta că te suspend.
Și dacă mor iar oameni nevinovați, cine are pe conștiință? Dumneavoastră?
The second Bogdan Apetri film in this year's program is Miracle, a work that also takes us into the darker recesses of police work. The film recounts two separate but connected stories. A young novitiate at a convent gets a ride to a hospital to take care of an urgent medical matter, yet her trip to town doesn't seem to resolve her issues. She goes in search for a man, but unable to find him, she resolves to simply return to the convent. The second story involves a police detective trying to understand what happened to the young nun.
Te rog, ia-o pe domnișoara prima, că vine de la drumul.
Să știți că greșiți. Nu era măicuță.
Cine?
He retraces the woman's steps, attempting to account for every minute on her journey to town and back. Miracle might be read as the second part of a diptych that Apetri's earlier Unidentified was the first. But if that film goes from the tortured interior world of its police protagonist into actual acts in the world, Miracle, in its second part at least, offers the mirror image of that trajectory. The retracing of the young woman's journey gradually offers a look inside the mind of a detective who, at least on the surface, appears professional. The slippery nature of power and authority again seems to be the overriding theme. Social and civil structures always collapsing in the face of personal interests.
Fata asta nu vrea să spună nimic, tace de gură. Sunteți sigur că el e vinovat?
Ce credeai că ești la spovedanie, ce să spui doar ce vrei tu?
I should also offer a word about how remarkably the film is shot by the great Oleg Mutu, one of the Romanian cinema's not-so-secret weapons. Apetri makes beautiful use of the wide cinemascope frame, in which characters often move in and out within the same shot, sometimes entering as friends but leaving as enemies, or vice versa. For me, this is truly one of the best films of 2021. Now enjoy Miracle.
Cum să fii în toate mințile să apere un jegos care ți-a făcut așa ceva?
Cât mai avem?
2 ore, nici măcar.
Sună să-l scoate din arest.
Dar nu ne-am mai întâlnit?